Okay, hello dear captains and my friends, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to discuss the fire system of Boeing 737 and how to deal with it and how to properly perform the fire test. Okay, so first of all, we have to realize that the fire system on Boeing 737 has detection loops which are DC powered, and those detection loops are two on engine number 1, two on engine number 2, and we have as well the one loop for APU detection, and we have DC loop for forward cargo compartment and aft cargo compartment. But fire system for the cargo compartment is not mandatory on Boeing 737. What does it mean? It means that if you are performing, for example, ETOPS flight, estimate, or let's say nowadays it's called EDTP, okay, estimated diversion time procedure. That means that you have to have the cargo fire system on board, and it should be serviceable. Okay, otherwise it's no go item for your routing. What I would like to point out is first of all APU fire. Okay, so APU it's right over here, and on the main wheel compartment, from this side, from the right side, there is a handle and there is the horning warn in case of APU fire. So you can extinguish the APU fire on the ground via two ways, via main wheel compartment and also from the flight deck as well. So basically that's it, and maybe couple of things what I would like to point out. It's for example that wheel well fire is AC detected. Okay, so that means that you have to have AC power. There are some tricky situations which I will go through it and I will explain it to you, but the wheel well fire is AC detected loop, so that means that if there is some detection of wheel well fire, so you have to put the gear down and try to extinguish the fire with the airflow, but it always leads to blown up the tires, and it's necessary to alert let's say emergency services on the ground. Okay, so basically that's it, and we can jump to the cockpit, and as you can see that our fire system is right over here. Okay, so this is the basic. Okay, and this is the advanced for EDTP flights. Okay, but most of the airliners have it as well, because for the flight safety, I think that it's not necessary, but from my point of view, it's compulsory. Okay, to have it right over here, and so how we properly make an fire test. So first of all, put it into the fault detection, and as you can see, you have fault light and APU detect in light. Okay, so that means that all your loops which are detecting fire are operating. Okay, if there is no light from one of these two, that means that there is some fault in loop detection. Okay, you must realize yourself. Okay, so if I'm starting the airplane with APU, or if I'm making a preliminary procedure via the GPU. Now I am on GPU, okay, so I will put it like this one, and we can make it, for example, like ground power release, okay, so that's okay. And now, if you would like to start the airplane with the APU, you have to make a two-step procedure. First step is the fire detection loop. Okay, so you can see these two lights, and you can see overheat and detect. Okay, once again, overheat, detect. Okay, so this is the first step. The second step is to check the bottles. Because we have only two bottles on the board, which are performing our let's say extinguishing the fire, and now we can perform the test. Okay, and with the test you can see engine overheat. Once again, these lights illuminates, APU illuminates overheat, and second one it's illuminating. And if you perform the test and you press the fire warning, it should disappear. Okay, so that's the procedure, and right now we may start the APU. Okay. Why we are doing this procedure? Because prior to start the APU, you have to ensure yourself that the APU it's or let's say the APU fire system is working and it's working properly. Okay, so that means that that you have no fault detection or something like that. Anyway. So we will wait for the APU, and once we have APU on bus, we will perform the fire test once again, and I will tell you why. So APU available, APU on bus, that's perfect, and we perform the fire test, and as you can see we have wheel well. And wheel well fire, it's because the wheel well is AC detected loop. Okay, so it's AC current detection loop. So that's why we have to once we start the APU, we have to perform the test once again. Okay, so you don't need to make it via this way. In order, for example, if you have ground power available and you put the ground power on bus, you will see that it will go automatically. But if you don't have the ground power available, so that means that prior to start the APU, you have to perform the fire test, and after start the APU, you have to press the fire test once again. And now we are going to situation which is very tricky for most of the pilots, and most of the pilots don't know how it looks like. Imagine that you have fault detection, okay, and fault detection is not illuminating. How we can realize which detection loop is inoperative? You can find it in minimum equipment list MEL or CDL. Sorry, on minimum equipment list MEL, and dispatch deviation guide procedure, what to do. But anyway, how to check it? First of all, I will perform test, for example, to put the detection loop on the A only, okay, and press the fire test again, okay, and and press the detection loop, and as you can see, the fault is still now, if the fault light is not illuminating, that means that we are not in the correct direction. So we'll put it on the B, press it once again. If it is still not illuminating, so that means that it should be in engine number 2. Okay, so put it on the B, press it, and if it is still not illuminated, it doesn't it means that overheat detection loop of the engine number 2A, it's inoperative, and that's it. Okay, so we've got it. Okay, we know that AC detection loop on engine number 2 is not working, and it's basically non-go item, but it means that you have to go to the MLCDL and just to check it, what is written over there, and there is some sticker right over here, and so on and so on. So, and now we are going to cargo fire. Okay, the cargo fire. Remember one thing. The detection loops are DC powered, but the test power switch is AC powered. So that means that if you are not on AC power, okay, if you are not on AC power, you cannot perform this test. Okay, it's quite a tricky situation, but it works. Just press it, and you can see we have fire warning. And now you can see which lights are illuminating. It's completely normal. And if we have fault on detection loop, the same procedure applies for the detection. Okay, so basically that's it, and this is how we handled with the fire system, and how to perform the fire system correctly, and how it looks like in real life. So this is all about the how to perform the fire test. And remember one thing, that cabin crew as well own fire extinguisher, and it's halon. That means that you have to pull it, and you have only few seconds to extinguish the fire. Okay, so that's why we have the fireproof gloves on the in the bin, and there are few halon extinguishers on board, and so on and so on. It's plenty of things how we can handle with the fire. Okay, so maybe this was let's say interesting video, but anyway, I hope you like it, and I hope you learn something, and leave me a comment below for the discussion, if you have any, if you would like to learn something new. So you are welcome, and have a safe flights. Bye.